Hello everyone, I'm Geek Freak and welcome to the video. Today I'm going to be reacting to your favourite Canadian YouTuber's video, Show Off Showdown, Inklings versus the Bendy gang. So if you guys haven't seen this video, go watch that video first. Just do then that, come back, watch this. So that said, let's continue. Okay, this video is almost about 15 minutes long, which is a hella of a long time. So I'm not going to stick around and say my part what I think of this, because two things. One, the video's too long as it is, and well, one, the video's too long as it is, and two, I haven't heard of either of these either of these characters, or groups or something like that. I haven't seen any of them, so just want to let you guys know. I mean, there's really nothing else for me to talk about except I'll give some suggestions at the end of the video of of fights Canadian YouTuber could do it in his next videos. So yeah, with all that said and done, let's get to watching. Okay, so this is the Inklings versus the Bendy gang. Showdown, and 3, 2, 1, and go.
Welcome to Show-Off Showdown.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that I've got myself a cold, so I do apologise. I still haven't got over it.
And this is the series for the Show-Off Showdown. Now let's meet the source for tonight's showdown, shall we? That's right, it's the epic ink-filled rematch you've all been waiting for. Tonight,
What's Goofy doing in there?
between the Inklings from Splatoon versus the Bendy gang. Now, as you would have guessed, this battle contains a full-on pre-analysis for all characters on both teams. Better grab yourself some popcorn, soda, and bacon soup, because it's going to be a long run. Now, without further ado, it's time for the Show-Off Showdown pre-analysis. Warning, this pre-analysis contains many spoilers from both Splatoon and Bendy and the Ink Machine. If you have not seen nor played either of these games yet, then I recommend doing so before watching this pre-analysis. But of course, it's entirely up to you. You have been warned. Picture this. 12,000 years into the future, a global flood has washed away the Earth and the human race has gone extinct. Eventually, the world was repopulated by a new race of humanoid beings. Ones that evolved not from primates like we did, but from cephalopods such as squid and octopus. These races were known as the Inklings and Octarians. Now, there's a lot of information to go through, so I'll give you the short version of the Splatoon backstory. For many years, the Inklings have engaged in a civil war with each other, which was known as turf wars, until they were faced with a
Turf
new
wars.
enemy known as the Octarians. Long story short, after defeating their Octarian enemy and banishing them to who knows where, the Inkling race inherits the world, and they eventually form their own modern society in a city known as Inkopolis. A place where hip fresh squid kids can hang out, go on about the latest fashion, and participate in Splatfest or Turf Wars, which was once an active war but is now their signature traditional sport. Okay, now that I've summarized the Splatoon lore, let's talk about tonight's fresh combatants. The Inklings that are fighting in tonight's battle are
Yeah, can you say lolicon? Because if that is, I got a phone here, so give me a sec.
I will start by describing their characters and stories, and then I'll move on to other important details later. Now let's start off with Agent 3. Agent 3 was once an ordinary Inkling until she met Captain Cuttlefish, who recruited
Cuttlefish
as a new member of the Squid Beak Splatoon. Now it is actually up to the player if Agent 3 is a male or female, but the female version is more iconic, so that's what I'll be sticking with. Anyway, Captain Cuttlefish gives Agent 3 a mission to save the Great Zapfish. The Great Zapfish is the main source of power for all of Inkopolis, which has been stolen by the Inklings' old enemy, the Octarians, which is why Agent 3 must defeat them and save the Zapfish. After battling her way through many stages and defeating many Octarian troops and bosses of all shapes and sizes, Agent 3 confronts the 8-legged mastermind behind it all, DJ Octavio. After
DJ Octavio.
Epic battle, Agent 3 defeated DJ Octavio, rescued the Great Zapfish, along with Captain Cuttlefish, who got kidnapped in the process.
Should have brought some snacks along because I'm starting to get hungry now.
Other than the things Marie said about her in Splatoon 2, and Agent 3 being
I haven't actually played this game. I'm not really like into
like but I'll talk more about that later. In the meantime, let's see which squid is next.
Ladies and gentle squids, meet Callie and Marie, aka the Squid Sisters. While they're ironically cousins, they're as tight as family could get.
Huh.
The Squid Sisters are known for being the iconic pop-singing superstar duo and hosts of Inkopolis News. But in secret, they are also the original Agents 1 and 2, so they have plenty of experience in the field.
Oh, cool.
And they've even assisted Agent 3 after the captain was kidnapped. Now, when it comes to their character and personality, both Squid Sisters are clever and passionate about not only their music, but entertaining their fans. In fact, they've even performed at real-life concerts in front of us humans. Yes, this actually happened. Anyway, Callie is cheery, optimistic, and peppy, with the occasional sarcastic remark, while Marie
so she's a fourth wall breaker, is she?
Sarcastic and lazy tendencies. While the Squid Sisters were thought to be inseparable, however, when the final Splatfest of Splatoon 1 took place, it was Team Callie versus Team Marie. Long story short, Team Marie won the Splatfest. While the Squid Sisters seemed like they were good sports at first, but after the Splatfest was over, Callie and Marie both took separate paths, and the two ended up being driven further and further away from each other.
That's kind of sad.
There's a whole archive of Squid Sisters stories to go deep into detail. Anyway, when the events of Splatoon 2 took place, Marie found out that Callie was missing, and coincidentally so was the great Zapfish once again. So Marie decided to become the mentor of the newly recruited Agent 4, whose mission was to find Callie and the great Zapfish. Marie guided Agent 4 throughout their entire journey until they reached the final boss. It was then revealed that Callie was kidnapped by DJ Octavio, who remixed Callie's brain with his hypno shades. Now, I don't really remember why DJ Octavio needed Callie for his diabolical plan. I'm guessing he either needed her singing voice to power his machine or something, or maybe he just wanted to brainwash Callie so he could make her wear that outfit. Hey, can't say I blame him. Anyway, after Marie shot the hypno shades off of Callie's face and brought her back to her normal self, the Squid Sisters reunited for one last musical showdown. As Agent 4 was bringing down DJ Octavio, the Squid Sisters were singing their most famous song known as Calamari Incantation. In fact, this particular song is believed to possess some sort of supernatural or magical powers, as their voices alone were able to magically free Captain Cuttlefish, override DJ Octavio's music.
Like a siren.
Remember what I said earlier about the Octarian?
Hey, have you guys ever heard of that anime Squid Girl? It's kind of like this.
The song and willingly continue to live the lives in Octarian society. Or in other words, once the Squid Sisters' positively enchanting song hits the ears of an Octoling, it essentially purifies their heart and soul, giving them a change of heart and a new sense of morality and free will, and all the evil influence that once corrupted their hearts will be gone forever, basically making them better people. Man, I wish it was that easy in real life.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Maybe that's part of the reason why humanity went extinct in the Splatoon universe.
True.
Anyway, that song is how Octolings
I think everybody on the internet can see the bull crap in the world now.
Wow, who knew a simple song could do so much? I guess that's why it's considered their heavenly melody. Speaking of heavenly, it is also believed that the Squid Sisters are also shrine maidens who transmit divine messages from God to the Inklings during Splatfest, essentially making them Splatoon's equivalent of Moses. Or at least that was the original concept idea. Now, all the over-the-top stuff aside, while Callie and Marie are exceptionally young, they are very wise and knowledgeable like fortune tellers, especially when it comes to weapons, tips, battle strategy, and even keeping track of the player's progress. In fact, you can visit them daily in the Octo Canyon. After all they've been through, it just goes to show that the Squid Sisters will always stick together no matter what, and their grandpa Cuttlefish must be very proud of them. Now last, but certainly not least, meet Agent 8. Agent 8 was once
gonna skip a few.
One day she woke up with no memory of who she once was. The only thing she remembers is hearing the Squid Sisters' divine song I mentioned earlier. So even though she had no memory, she had a new sense of hope within her. Rather, if she was seeking freedom, redemption...
Okay, so their tentacles are their hair?
Or all of the above,
that's weird.
She had a new life goal, and that was to make it all the way to the Promised Land, aka Inkopolis. Now, when Agent 8 woke up, she was accompanied by Captain Cuttlefish, the same old man who mentored Agent 3, who then decided to help Agent 8 along her journey. Now, she is called Agent 8 because a suspicious yet seemingly helpful talking telephone marked her as number 10,008, but Captain Cuttlefish just referred to her as Agent 8. Now, like Agent 3, it is actually up to the player if Agent 8 is male or female, but once again, the female version is more iconic. Anyway, in order to
sure she is.
Promised Land, Agent 8 had to board a train inside an old spooky subway station that looks like nobody used it for decades, and the train was filled with very bizarre and creepy alien sea creatures. You know how Splatoon's tone originally seemed bright, colorful, and friendly? Well,
yeah.
The Octo expansion is a lot more dark, creepy, and creaturey. You know what, just forget I said that. Anyway, Agent 8 wasn't alone on her journey. Not only was Captain Cuttlefish by her side, but she also had some help from Pearl and Marina, who are basically the successor to the Squid Sisters and the the members of the new fresh singing duo known as Off the Hook. It is believed that Pearl and Marina are also Agents 5 and 6. Jeez, are all music stars secret agents in this game?
Probably.
Not to mention, Marina was actually the very first Octoling to hear the Squid Sisters' music and start a new leaf in Inkopolis. There's even quite a few stories in Pearl and Marina's chat rooms, one of which involved Marina wondering if Inklings would still accept her in society if they knew she was an Octoling. Basically, the Octo expansion tackles racism in a very similar way to Zootopia.
Holy crap, I'm getting off topic.
Anyway, Agent 8
Awesome.
also had help from a talking sea cucumber, who told her that in order to get to the Promised Land, she must complete a series of tests and collect a few special relics called the Four Fangs. Yes, they're actually called Fangs. Now, this journey was definitely not as easy as it sounds. For starters, after the Octarians found out Agent 8 was no longer one of them, she was hunted down by her own kind who tried to terminate her. Let me put it to you this way. Imagine that the Octo expansion is World War II, and the Octarians are Nazis, and Agent 8 is an escaping Jew on the run. I know that's a very dark and risky way of putting it, but it's pretty much the most accurate metaphor I can use to describe it.
Just say what comes to your mind, dude.
For Agent 8. Not only did she have to fight off an entire army of Octarians out to get her, but throughout her journey, she had to ink her way through a series of masochistically hard and stressful challenges. Trust me, that Octo Shower boss made me feel lightheaded. And if that's not enough, Sea Cucumber strapped a suicide bomber backpack to her, so she lives in constant fear that it'll go off if she makes even one mistake.
I know, it's messed up.
And this is supposed to be a kid's game. To be honest, I'm surprised Agent 8 doesn't
Dude.
have PTSD. Although, on the bright side, Agent 8 also got to collect mem cakes, which slowly restore small parts of her memory.
I'm starting to feel hungry now.
Agent 8's personality, as she is mute throughout the game, although she has shown quite a fondness for poetry, as she writes one for every mem cake she collects. Now, after she finally collects the Four Fangs, they form to build a giant blender, which the talking phone uses to try and kill Agent 8 and Captain Cuttlefish. What a twist, huh? But luckily, they were saved by Agent 3. After that, Agent 8 went knee-deep into the Octarians' lair, fought off waves of Octarians like Rambo, fought off Agent 3 while she was brainwashed and freed her from it, and after everyone somehow made it out alive, Agent 8 has finally reached the Promised Land. And not to mention she got a ride from Pearl and Marina. It all seemed like a happy ending at first, until the big, unexpected climatic twist came in.
What?
Suddenly, a giant human-shaped statue emerged out of the water, and the statue was being controlled by the talking phone from earlier. It turns out that phone was actually a 12,000-year-old AI life form named Tartar. His prime directive was to pass humanity's vast knowledge onto the next worthy life form. But when the Inkling and Octarian races evolved, Tartar despised them. So much that he decided that he will destroy this world and start anew. Tartar's plan was to wipe out all Inklings, Octarians, and all other life forms on this planet to extinction, and repopulate the world with his own so-called ultimate life forms created in
Shadow the Hedgehog?
basically trying to play God and failing. Anyway, the giant statue was also a weapon that was said to be powerful enough to destroy the entire world. In fact, Marina has even calculated the amount of energy within the statue, and she determined that it is in fact powerful enough to destroy the world. And Marina is just as smart as she is hot. In other words, she's very smart. So I highly doubt she was bluffing. Now, I doubt this is actually a planetary feat. When it said destroy the world, I believe it meant it would destroy all inhabitants and everything on the surface of the planet.
Oh, okay.
Very similar to what happened on Judgment Day in the Terminator series.
Yeah,
Now,
that was pretty good. That was a good movie.
potency of this weapon is unknown,
So,
although from
so the
what we
Squidlings and the
know, it has
Octillions are gonna work together to fight these guys?
as should the player lose the final battle, the game over screen shows the city of Inkopolis getting destroyed. Now, how are they going to be able to stop something like this? Well, as it turns out, the statue is actually solar powered, so the only way to stop it was to cover the entire statue in ink before destroying it. So it was up to Agent 8 to single-handedly cover the entire statue in ink. Okay, I know she has some outside help because Marina placed special hyper bombs all over the statue, but it was Agent 8 who had to manually detonate all those hyper bombs one by one in only 3 minutes or less. After Agent 8 totally inked up the statue, and after a very long and intensely hard-fought epic battle, with the combined efforts of Agent 8, Agent 3, Pearl and Marina, and Captain Cuttlefish, but mostly Pearl's Booyah battle cry, together
Booyah!
they destroyed the statue, defeated Tartar, and saved both races and the entire world from yet another apocalyptic destruction. And in the end, our 5 heroes sat down, basked in the sunset, and enjoyed the view of the end credits. Okay, now that I finally finished explaining the life stories of each
So,
character,
squids
it's time
and
to think about
octopuses.
what these squid kids are capable of. For starters, Inklings have many natural abilities such as being able to shapeshift between kid and squid forms, as well as camouflaging in ink, color changing with chromatophores, squid jumping, and not to mention a minor healing factor. In fact, Inklings have a rather interesting anatomy. Inklings don't have bones, and their bodies are actually made of solidified liquid, kinda like jello. And they're very flexible and can squeeze through even the tightest spaces. Don't let that go to your head. Their eyes can detect prey from up to 100 meters away, and while combat and fashion are the two main things that an Inkling's mind are commonly fixated on, they are naturally highly intelligent beings. In fact, human intelligence was said to be primitive compared to an Inkling's, which is quite impressive. Now, all Inklings likely have the exact same levels of physicality, so let's dive into it. Now, even though Inklings are likely more naturally athletic than humans, they haven't really shown many feats of physical strength, but that's probably because they don't usually rely on their strength in combat. Now, the closest thing I can think of is that Inklings can wield a weapon called the sloshing machine, which is basically a weaponized washing machine. How many people can you think of who can casually lift and swing around a 200-pound washing machine as if it weighs nothing? Now, while the Inklings might lack in strength, they definitely make up for it with the attack potency of their weapons. Now, it has been consistently shown that the common ink guns can fire ink with enough force and pressure to break through solid metal, including titanium. This is actually quite comparable to specially designed high-pressure water jet cutters, which dispense water with enough pressure to slice through metal, which requires.
I think that's pretty cool if you ask me.
PSI. Now, that's one heck of a super soldier.
You got that from Screw Attack.
You would die almost instantly. No doubt they'll be OP in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, but I'll talk more about weapons later. Now, in terms of speed, not only can their Super Squid Jump travel hundreds, if not thousands of feet in only a few seconds, but the Inklings have very impressive reaction speed. In the Splatoon manga,
looks like a fun game if you ask me.
A shot from an E-liter scope, which is basically an ink-powered sniper rifle. Not only that, but the same Inkling once dodged an ink strike, and then he dodged 3 ink strikes at once. An ink strike is basically a missile packed with an explosive ink tornado. Now, the average missile travels somewhere between 2,000 and 7,500 miles per hour, and this Inkling was able to dodge all 3 missiles at once. Even if you want to consider these manga feats to be non-canon, they are supported by very similar feats shown in the games. Now that we've gotten speed out of the way, let's see just how tough these squid kids are. Now remember what I said
about the octopus girl?
Potency being the equivalent of 55,000 PSI? Well, an Inkling's body is actually tough enough to tank at least several of these high-pressured ink shots before they go splat. Not only that, but the Asian Inklings also wear a special layer of armor, which allows them to withstand even more damage. In fact, with this armor, an Inkling can survive getting stomped on by the Octostomp, which packs quite a wallop. They can also survive getting crushed by massive bowling balls big enough to make Indiana Jones Boulder jealous. Not to mention, they even survive
I remember that.
explosions estimated to cover an entire city block, which is quite impressive. Now, should an Inkling lose this armor layer, luckily the armor regenerates after about 7 or 8 seconds. Not to mention, Inklings can also find and wear a few additional pieces of temporary armor as well. Now, finally,
you know what? Even though killer YouTubers' animation fights aren't that good, I just love how passionate he is with these analyses. I absolutely enjoy them. They're absolutely fantastic. And you get to learn more about like these games and characters and all that stuff, which I've never known about. So you know what? I appreciate these I appreciate videos like this.
The splatter shot shoots ink projectiles at a moderately rapid rate.
It's kind of like a sort of like top 10 movies you should go and see, or 100 movies you should go and see. You get to learn more about these like things.
A massive ink explosion upon landing. Now, as for the Squid Sisters, Callie's favorite weapon class is the roller, and being an
rolling,
he wields the hero roller, which is basically a giant paint roller used to spread ink across turf and flatten enemies like a steamroller. Its sub-weapon is a curling bomb, an explosive curling stone, and its special is splashdown. Now, as for Marie, her favorite weapon class is the Charger. In fact, Marie was once seen building a hero Charger. Chargers are built for long-range stream shots and pack one of the strongest punches of all ink weapons, as a fully charged shot can one-shot any Inkling. The hero Charger sub is a splat bomb, which has a delayed explosion after it's thrown, and its special attack is the Stingray, a massive ink laser that pierces everything and looks like an ink Kamehameha. Now, finally, as for Agent 8, when the official Octoling amiibos have been revealed, the male and female Octolings were wielding two different weapons, the E-Liter and the Octobrush. Once again, the female Agent 8 is more iconic, so we'll go with the weapon she's wielding. Like I mentioned earlier, the E-Liter scope functions very similarly to a sniper rifle. While its charge speed and mobility...
Sniper rifles are awesome.
The E-Liter has the longest range of all chargers and packs quite a punch as well. Its sub is the Ink Mine, which is exactly what it sounds like, and its special is Ink Storm, which creates a large cloud that makes it rain ink. With all of this combined,
hallelujah, it's
raining
raining ink.
Expected, but that's not to say they don't have their fair share of weaknesses. While battle strategy is one of an Inkling's main specialties, they can be countered or outmatched by foes with a superior strategy. Not only that, but Inklings have a semi-limited supply of ink in the tank, and if the meter says low ink, the Inkling will have to wait for their tank to slowly refill itself. Luckily, submerging themselves in ink...
I see what you're doing now.
Inklings can be a bit of sore losers sometimes. Now, as for their biggest and most exposable weakness, while Inklings can definitely take a lot of physical abuse, because their bodies are made of liquid, they are fatally vulnerable to water. If an Inkling's body is completely submerged in water, they will melt like witches, which is pretty ironic considering that they evolved from sea creatures.
That's what I'm thinking. What?
Sense if you ask me. But despite all this, these squid kids back down from a fight.
If they go near water, they melt.
Quote unquote, stay fresh.
So how do they survive when it rains?
One was named Henry, a man who used to work at an old
It's like that movie Science.
Joey Drew, who is basically a Walt Disney wannabe. Anyway, Joey Drew asked Henry to come visit the old workshop, and when Henry returned to the old abandoned cartoon studio, he found the ink machine, which was originally used to pump and transfer ink throughout the studio like a sewer pipeline system. But when Henry turned on the ink machine, he discovered something that perhaps was never meant to be discovered. And by doing so, he made one hell of a big mistake.
Oh, fuck! Bastard!
Ladies and gents, meet Bendy, an old-fashioned cartoon dancing ink demon, and he's not alone.
What the hell's wrong with you?
Bendy will be accompanied by his best friends Boris the Wolf and Alice Angel, along with Sammy Lawrence, but I'll talk about him later. Anyway, the big question you're probably all
That's
wondering
scary.
is, will I be using composite characters for this battle? Well, yes and no. Confused? Well, allow me to explain. You see, it has been confirmed that the ink machine actually creates life-sized ink models, which are likely possessed by the souls of past workers, but that's a different topic.
Okay.
Anyway, in the game, there are many duplicated models of Boris and Alice Angel, and because they are life-size models based on the cartoon characters, technically none of them are the actual true characters. So here's what I'm going to do for this battle.
Okay, true.
I'm going to focus mainly on the original cartoon characters of Bendy, Boris, and Alice Angel, analyzing their personalities and character traits, and then I'm going to use physical feats from their ink model counterparts in the game. Because these living ink figures were modeled after the original characters, it should stand to reason that the original characters can physically scale to them. Okay, now that I explained how this is going to work,
What's up with these designs? I mean, remember Cuphead? It's kind of like this.
Bendy is the star pupil created by Joey Drew Studios. Bendy is a cheerful, fun-loving, yet helplessly mischievous dancing demon with a big grin and a huge desire for trouble, which suits his devilish nature as he's quite the little devil himself.
So he's a devil, is he?
At the same time, he's a bit impatient, yet easily startled or timid. Not much has been revealed about the characters themselves yet, but the Meatly will likely reveal more about them in the future. Now, being an ink demon, Bendy has quite a few impressive abilities. For starters, Bendy has the ability to telekinetically control and manipulate ink. In fact, he can make an entire room flood with ink with just his presence alone. Let me put it to you this way. It's very similar to water bending, but with ink instead of water. You know, somebody should make that a fan fiction. Bendy the Ink Bender. Anyway, because Bendy has enough gallons of ink to fill up almost an entire building, this should be at most building level in terms of supply and ammunition. Not only that, but Bendy can also camouflage himself in ink, phase through walls, summon a potentially endless amount of ink minions at his disposal, and not to mention Bendy has a special machine that turns globs of ink into solid objects, including basic tools, pipes, music players, and weapons. In fact, Bendy's two strongest weapons are the signature axe, which is exactly what it sounds like, and the Tommy gun, an old-fashioned
Tommy gun.
Era. Unlike real Tommy guns, this gun has unlimited ammo, although ironically it must be reloaded after using it several times. Now, Bendy has shown to be moderately skilled in hand-to-hand combat as he was able to kill the projectionist with his bare hands, which leads me to Bendy's physicality. When Bendy completely submerges himself in ink, he can grow his arms to gigantic size. In fact, his arms are strong enough to pull vehicles underwater, ink. Now, these vehicles appear to be roughly the size of golf carts, so they should weigh at least 1,000 pounds. Now, Bendy is pretty tough for a little guy, as he's durable enough to tank rapid bullets from the
That's scary.
Earlier. In fact, bullets don't even phase him. Not only can his body withstand the bullet's kinetic energy, but it's also likely that because his body is made of liquid ink, solid projectiles have no effect on him. Now, we could call Bendy a speed demon, as he's fast enough to outrun a giant haunted taxi. Now, because this is the 1930s, cars didn't go very fast back then. Though
Really?
This is clearly no ordinary taxi, so it's likely faster than a regular taxi. Even if we decide to highball this by scaling it to the fastest car in the world, the fastest cars on record travel at roughly 300 miles per hour, which is really highballing it for Bendy here. Now, some people may be thinking that Bendy can dodge the bullets from the Tommy gun, but if you look closely, he's actually tanking them more so than dodging them.
Well, he's not technically tanking them. It's more like going through him. Consider he's like made of ink, I think.
Which is 637.5 miles per hour, which is slightly less than the speed of sound. Enough said. Now finally, Bendy has a final form called Beast Bendy. This form basically
Beast
bulks him
bending.
up and likely makes him stronger than his base form, as well as give him a mouth of cliche but
I think that thing almost looks like a an alien.
charging at his opponent like a
You know,
raging bull
the
while
film
breaking
Alien.
through walls so nothing stands in his way.
It's not a morph, that's it.
However, even in this form, Bendy does have a few weaknesses. Not only is Bendy a bit of a coward and somewhat clumsy, but in the last chapter, it is been confirmed that Bendy will have trouble detecting people if he can't hear them. So it's likely that Bendy can be ambushed by someone with very quiet ninja stealth skills. Not
Like
only
Naruto.
that, but in his beast
Actually,
form,
no
Bendy
one.
acts a lot more violently aggressive and is more reliant on raw force than strategy, and he can be tricked into ramming into obstacles. Now, Bendy's biggest, most fatal weakness of all is the end. Yeah, this one's gonna be hard to explain.
Go for it.
At the end of the game, Joey Drew's final recording said Bendy was there for his beginning, but he has never seen the end. Then Henry finds a film reel titled The End. He plays it in the film projector, and when Bendy sees the words The End projected on screen, Bendy vanishes from existence. Now, I'm guessing this film reel has a supernatural power that acts as Bendy's kryptonite when played. Or perhaps it's a metaphor indicating that Bendy's life is like his show and the show must go on and he never wants it to end. Maybe this somehow relates to Mel Blanc's epitaph saying, "That's all, folks." Oh god, I'm going into the theory phase now, aren't I? You know what? Never mind. Not to mention, Bendy was once shrunk and shoved into a bottle by the Butcher Gang, and as a bonus, because Bendy's body is made of synthetic ink,
Almost like
it's
Toon Logic
possible
in a way,
that
if you
his
think
body
about it.
can melt, melted, or washed away when mixed with other liquids such as water. But despite all this inky little devil is gonna give it his all, and he'll always be ready to raise some hell. Next up, meet Boris the Wolf. He's totally not a goofy ripoff at all. Joking aside,
Yeah.
Boris is a simple-minded, friendly wolf who usually has one thing on his mind: food. He can be a faithful friend, but only if his next meal doesn't get in the way. He's a bit clumsy and may get cross when disturbed by his activities, but he is also shown to be a bit of a trickster and opportunist, such as when he wore a ghost costume to scare Bendy and steal his trick-or-treat basket. He is also shown a love for music while playing his clarinet. Not to mention, he is also shown to be quite timid in nature whenever trouble lurks nearby, and seems to have a fear of darkness. Anyway, not only is Boris decently skilled in fighting with an axe, but he's strong enough to break a steel door in one swing, fast enough to outrun a haunted taxi just like Bendy, and he's durable enough to survive an elevator crash with no damage whatsoever. Now, Boris's final form is Brute Boris. After
Okay, cool.
removed Boris's
Frankenstein.
internal organs, she, quote-unquote, gave him so much more. This form is basically like a hulkish Frankenstein version of Boris.
Frankenbird.
Boris is strong enough to lift and throw a roller coaster car. An average empty roller coaster car weighs about 550 kilograms, which is over 1,200 pounds, making Brute Boris the physically strongest member of the Bendy Gang, but
Cool.
at a terrible price. Brute Boris's body is unfinished and unstable, and it has been stated in the archives that his organs were replaced with substances that his body is rapidly rejecting, which explains why he keeps coughing up ink blood. Plus, it
Ugh.
also likely weakens his durability, as it only takes a few good hits to beat him. To be honest, that's really all I can say about Boris, for now at least. Now put your hands together and pray for Alice Angel. She's quite
There
a
she
gal.
boop.
Sent from above, Alice Angel is a singing, dancing, heavenly sensation who brings a little light into everything she touches, often upsetting those who prefer dark. She appears to be very sweet and happy-go-lucky, as her angelic nature would imply. In fact, both her design and character seem to have quite a bit of inspiration from Betty Boop, another
See?
classic cartoon character from the 1930s. Although I doubt many
Boop, boop,
youngsters
ba-doop.
of this generation would know who Betty Boop is, unless they've seen Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Anyway, in
yeah.
Alice Angel isn't exactly
Roger Rabbit's
a
fantastic.
as she struggles to break a piece of wood nailed to a doorway, and she got killed by a stab to the heart. And yes, the ink models do in fact have organs. In fact, there's a part in Chapter 3 where Alice Angel asks you to collect ink organs for her. Don't ask why. Anyway, on the bright side, Alice Angel is a decently skilled sword fighter capable of fighting off dozens of ink monsters at once. Her main weapon of choice is a machete. Not to mention Alice
It's a
Angel can
machete.
also outride a taxi just like Bendy and Boris. Now, in some of the cartoon shorts, Alice Angel is seen riding a cloud, which is likely a method of transportation for her. And in one scene,
Like Goku
she was singing
with his
while her
Nimbus.
ship was sinking in the background. Now, it is unknown if her singing somehow caused the ship to sink, or if it was just a coincidence and the ship was already sinking on its own. It's better just to stick to factual proof rather than making assumptions. While there's not much else to say about Alice Angel, I'll say this much: she definitely has the voice of an angel.
Straight into your heart, shaboo-doo-boo-boo, shaboo-boo-doo-bow.
Now, finally, we have Sammy Lawrence, the only member of the Bendy gang who wasn't originally a cartoon character like the others. Sammy Lawrence was once the director of the music department at Joey Drew Studios. He was a professional songwriter, and he really hated distractions, as his frustration is expressed with blunt and sarcastic disposition. But hey, with all the ink leaks and people flipping the switch in his office every day, can't say I blame him. Anyway,
Okay, then.
when the studio went bankrupt and was abandoned, Sammy Lawrence was corrupted by the ink, and he was essentially cursed with his soul trapped inside a monstrous body made of ink. In this form, Sammy has now become fanatical and mentally unstable. He worships Bendy like a god and offers him sacrifices to appease him in a similar method to satanic rituals.
Damn.
Before Sammy was no longer human, he was already kind of a conspiracy nut, and workers like Wally Franks made that pretty clear in the audio recordings. Not to mention, Alice once said Sammy was a very good liar. Anyway, Sammy seems to suffer from severe memory loss as he forgets what he's saying in mid-sentence and is so amnesic he can barely remember anything, except maybe Henry's face. Now, after Sammy was attacked by Bendy, he went completely nuts. Not that he wasn't already. After feeling betrayed by his own savior, Sammy bursted into psychopathic rage as his voice changed and he lost his mind to the point where he believed Henry was his former savior and he was bent on killing Henry. However, when his mask was knocked off, Sammy was apparently terrified of his own face, basically saying, "Don't look at me, I'm hideous!" Now,
That's
when Sammy
scary.
was just about to kill Henry, he was killed by an axe to the head, and that was the end of Sammy Lawrence. Now, in terms of physicality, Sammy was able to knock out Henry in one swing and even fight on par with Henry. So for this battle, we're going to scale him to Henry. In this case, Henry is strong enough to beat a test your strength game in one swing, can fight off multiple waves of ink monsters and butcher gang members. He single-handedly destroyed a living amusement park ride possessed by the soul of an egotistical theme park builder named Bertram Piedmont. He survived plummeting from long falls and walked them off no problem, and even survived an elevator crash just like Boris. And what's more impressive is that Henry is pretty old. The letter at the beginning said it has been 30 years, and you've seen how old Joey Drew was at the end, right? So realistically, Henry should be in like his 50s or 60s by now, so he's pretty tough for an old man. In fact, not only can Sammy fight on par with Henry, but he even pinned him down and almost killed Henry in the process. And it only makes sense because, well, just check out that muscular structure. Archives even made that pretty clear. Now, despite how tough he is, it only takes a good axe to the head to take him out, and he's done for. That's all I can say. So,
Cool.
Here we have the 4 members of the Bendy gang. While they're weaker apart, they're stronger together. But will they be enough to take
watch this for about half an hour.
Well, we're about to find out.
This is it, folks. Who will be the winner of this ultimate crazy epic showdown? It's time to find out. Now, without further ado, it's time for the Show-Off 2 Showdown.
Get ready for the first battle. Are they dancing or are they just standing there? Is that all you got? Oh crap. Oh well, shit. I'm not done with you yet. What the hell, man? I'm gonna go with the Inklings on this one. Crap. Ah, crap baskets. Hey, Bendy, what's up? Do, 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 do. Damn. Damn. Oh, didn't see that coming. Oh, oh. Okay, so we've got 14 freaking minutes of this left. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. Oh crap. Ouch. Look at that, a chick and a chick fight. Is it on? Don't usually squidlings have like beaks or something? Should have like beaks or something. I get that they're both the same size. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Inklings on this one. I think they're gonna win. Oh crap, baskets. Hey, look at that, a rabbit. I'm joking. Just checking my messages. no disrespect, but I'm not. I usually come into these for the analysis. I mean, I know I put in a lot of hard work into these animations, but I mean, you have to admit you have to admit the analysis is what we all came here for. I mean, no disrespect to Canadian YouTuber, no disrespect at all. Disrespectable. The music's gone. One eternity later. Okay, we're down to 15 seconds to 10 minutes. Get bent, Bendy. Okay. Okay, we got 9 minutes left now. Jeez Louise, that okay? I have to admit that's pretty freaky. I hope my camera battery doesn't die on me. Ouch. Right, 8 minutes in 8 seconds. One eternity later. Just gonna check messages. Where have I heard this song? Where have I heard this music before? Ouch.
Fatality.
Damn! Well, that's all. Are the champions, my friends?
The Splatfest Dunzo! To be honest, this actually would make a good Splatfest.
Okay, now after such a long, hard-fought epic battle, it's time to discuss how and why the Inklings win this epic, messy, ink-filled showdown. Now, because I've already done a full-on pre-analysis for all 8 characters, I'm gonna try and keep this short and simple, starting with who's more skilled and experienced. Now, because the Inklings have literally thousands of years of fighting experience, and fighting is their main specialty that they perfected throughout the millenniums, I think it's pretty clear who has the edge in fighting experience. While the members of the Bendy gang are decently skilled in combat in their own right, it's not nearly enough to match or compete with the skill of an Inkling, especially the Agent Inkling.
See, I knew the Inklings would win.
Now, this is no contest. Even if we say Bendy is fast enough to dodge bullets from a Tommy gun, like I mentioned earlier, even though he was tanking them rather than dodging, once again, Tommy gun bullets only travel slightly less than the speed of sound. Although because the Thompson submachine gun shoots bullets rapidly instead of one at a time, we could say that Bendy is faster than the speed of sound since he was dodging multiple bullets fired at him rapidly, assuming he actually was dodging them in the first place. But even then, he still wouldn't be fast enough, as Inklings are fast enough to dodge 3 ink strike missiles at once. Sounds familiar, right?
Yep.
And each missile travels somewhere between 2,000 and
Very knowledgeable.
2,500 miles per hour. Enough said. Now let's discuss strength and durability. Now because Alice Angel and Sammy Lawrence are pretty much the 2 weakest members on their team, they'll likely be taken out first, which leaves Bendy and Boris. Being able to lift vehicles weighing somewhere around 1,000 to 1,200 pounds, Bendy and Boris are presumably physically stronger than the Inklings, but their strength won't do them much good if they can't even catch the Inklings. Even if they could, they're gonna have a really hard time trying to penetrate the Inklings' armor due to the durability advantage I mentioned earlier in the pre-analysis. Not to mention, because the Inklings can see
Right, we
Bendy
got
and Boris coming
four
literally
4
100
minutes,
miles away,
4 minutes
it'll
and
be
20
a
seconds
pain in the arse for the
minutes
Bendy
left.
gang.
No,
Now, there's
20
one more
20
thing
seconds
I'd like
left.
to discuss. Back when I made the first battle between Inkling versus Bendy, the biggest claim that many people were making was that Bendy could absorb the Inkling's ink and use it against them, even after I completely debunked that claim. Now to put this to rest once and for all, I'm gonna explain it one last time. Cephalopod ink and synthetic ink are 2 completely different liquid substances. How are they different, you may ask? Well,
The ink of an octopus, or any cephalopod, is composed of highly concentrated melanin. This is the same dark pigment that we humans have, and which is responsible for skin color and the color of dark hair. It is a natural dye that cephalopods manufacture in an ink sac. Most, but not all octopi have an ink sac and produce ink, but a few, such as the deep sea octopus, have lost this ability. The inks that we use in fountain pens are ballpoint pens today bear little resemblance to octopus ink. In its simplest form, the ink we write with is a pigment or dye in a binder. The first ink for writing and drawing was invented simultaneously in China and Egypt around 2500 BC. The first ink was made of lamp black, or soot, mixed with aqueous binders. I hope I didn't mispronounce that. In the Middle Ages and up to the 19th century, ink was made from such ingredients as gamma rabbit, copperas, down apples, and water. Occasionally, soot was used for making the ink black, or minerals and other pigments can be used for colors. In this century, ink has become more sophisticated and is now used for making synthetic dyes and compounds. Ink today may combine tannic, gallic, and dilute hydrochloric acid with an iron salt, phenol, and a blue or black dye. This composition may obsolete include a drying agent, an adhesive promoter, a color developer, and or preservative. Some inks are made thicker, such as printing ink.
now if that
Okay.
isn't enough, I can visually prove this because I have done a real experiment with the 2 actual liquid substances that the characters use and or made of. And before you ask, yes, I actually spent real money on this crap, but hopefully it's put to a good use. Anyway, I poured synthetic ink and cuttlefish ink into a test tube to see what kind of chemical reaction it causes when the 2 liquids mix together. What was the result? Well, the resulting reaction is very similar to what happens when you put Mentos in a soft drink. The liquid mixture bubbles and rises higher than the amount put in, only it rises a lot slower than Mentos and soda. So the mixture has a very interesting chemical reaction. However, when I dumped the ink into the sink, the resulting mixture of the 2 liquids was pretty much just a useless mushy blob, which is exactly what Bendy will become if he
Damn, well done.
ink. No doubt that'll backfire on him. Combine that with the fact that Bendy is getting rapidly blasted with 55,000 pounds of force per square inch by that same ink, or even more if you count the charger weapons, or even...
I have to admit, I wasn't expecting something like that. You spending money on that to do an experiment.
Could withstand that. I think I've said enough.
So yeah, they're completely
the
different
gang really knows how to
substances.
kick it old school. The Inklings were just too fresh for the Bendy gang to handle. And we all know how the
Hey, did you know that
Wrestling
that's you know
versus
people
Monster Fest
there are
went
people in the
down,
world
right?
that uses
Now,
squid
if
ink
anyone
as
forgot to mention,
as a
I'll
flavoring?
write it down in the comments later. So,
At least I think so.
The Bendy gang just didn't have the right Inkling for this battle. The winners of this battle are the Inklings. Now keep in mind, this animation was not a simulation, so if there's anything that seemed a little off during the fight sequence, it was purely eye candy and not meant to be realistic at all. In fact, if the Inklings and Bendy Gang actually met each other, it's more likely that they would actually get along quite well. With Bendy and Boris's enthusiastic, friendly nature, they'd fit right in with the Inklings. And with their love of music, Alice Angel and the Squid Sisters are more likely to sing a duet together. Not to mention, you know how Lawrence
Okay, so
always
the
wanted to
Ink Gang
from an
aren't evil?
curse? Well, it's possible that the Squid Sisters' heavenly melody just might do the trick. But because this is a versus matchup, they have to fight regardless, because that's the whole point of a versus debate, right? Now, before we wrap this up, I like to give a special thanks to the MLG Avocado for animating tonight's battle. He's got plenty of other amazing content, so do yourself a
That was
favor,
cringy.
go check out his channel and subscribe.
Next time on Show Off Showdown.
Yay! Wonder who's. Okay, who's this? Megatron.
Like the man said, what doesn't kill you just makes me stronger.
That was pretty good.
Got any ideas for Show Off?
I do actually.
Let me know in the comments below, and hopefully I just might do them. Now stay tuned for the next episode of Show Off Showdown.
Okay. I have a few ideas. What about Vegeta, Goku, and Broly versus the Powerpuff Girls? I mean, you've got like three girls, three guys that and they're fighting each other. I mean, the Powerpuff Girls have got like loads of like different abilities from like the old show. They can turn themselves into like water and like has all sorts of abilities. If you look at the old show, and I'm talking about like the old one. And you know the new one, you can probably check out that one. So what about okay, you know that game you know the excuse me. What about that game zombies versus plants? You could have like real zombies versus plant monsters like that thing from Little Shop of Horrors, or the Triffids. That'd be great to see. I would love to see that. Any sort of zombie versus the Triffids. That'd be fantastic to see. What else is there? There's what about let me think. What about the Guyver versus Guyver versus Iron Man? That'd be fantastic to see, because I mean they're both suits, and both suits have like special abilities. Look up the word Guyver. Bioengineer. I can't remember the title of it, but look up Guyver, and then we all know who an Iron Man is. So I highly recommend the Guyver versus Iron Man. They're both very identical. I highly recommend you go and watch that. Let's see. Well, I mean the series Guyver. What else? There's let me think. What about the Leprechaun from the horror movies versus Jack Frost the Kill Snowman? That'd be great to see. I mean they both come from very terrible movies. And Jack Frost can easily like regenerate from steam, water, and all that sort of stuff. And the Leprechaun has like very has like loads of magical abilities. That'd be fun to see. So I mean, I made like a video of like suggestions suggestions that you could use. So if you want to go and watch that, please do. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, I do have one request. Who would win in a fight between Super Saiyan God Goku versus Super Saiyan 4 Vegito? Who would win in a fight? And they're both going to be at Beerus Saga levels. It's not like Super Saiyan 4 Vegito's from like GT, but it's Vegito if he was in the Super series, and Goku had Super Saiyan 4, and well, you guys know, trust. I've been saying this for ages. So yeah, that's me all done. If there's anything you guys want me to react to, just leave it in the comment section below, and I will get to the video as soon as I can. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Peace out. Thank you guys for watching, and if there's a series you want me to check out and review and give my thoughts on it, or if there's a top 10 list you want me to do, or any reactions, or responses, or rants on anything geeky, just leave links and comments in the comment sections below, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. And if you guys want to follow me on my social medias, I'm on minds.com, Twitch, Dailymotion, and Hatron, Reddit, BitChute, aka the new YouTube, DeviantArt, Discord, VidMe, Gab, Twitter, Tumblr, Patreon, GoFundMe, PayPal, and my other social medias are down there in the description box below, so if you want to go and check them out, please do. And don't forget to subscribe and share this video. And please go and check out my new skeptic channel, Gypsy Freak. It's also down there in the description box below. Peace out.